Module 4, Curriculum Design. Curriculum design is the process of creating a plan for what will be taught and learned in a specific educational program or course. It involves making decisions about what topics, concepts, and skills will be covered, how they will be presented, and what assessments will be used to evaluate learning. Effective curriculum design is essential to ensure that learners are able to achieve their learning goals and develop the knowledge and skills needed to succeed in their chosen fields. It should be flexible and adaptable to the needs of the learners and the changing demands of the world around us. The curriculum development process has key stages which are summarized as follows. 1. Determine the scope and sequence of the curriculum. Once the purpose and goals have been identified, the next step is to determine the scope and sequence of the curriculum. This involves deciding on the topics and concepts to be covered, and the order in which they will be taught. 2. Develop the learning objectives. Learning objectives are statements that describe what students are expected to learn as a result of the curriculum. They should be specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. 3. Develop assessment methods. Assessment methods are used to evaluate student learning and progress. They should be aligned with the learning objectives and the instructional strategies and activities. 4. Review and revise the curriculum. Once the curriculum has been implemented, it should be reviewed and revised periodically to ensure that it is meeting the needs of the students and achieving the desired learning outcomes. In the next part of the module, we will discuss how to develop effective instructional materials. The first step in developing instructional materials is to define your learning objectives. What do you want your learners to achieve? What knowledge or skills do they need to acquire? Your learning objectives should be specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. The next step is to identify your target audience. Who are your learners? What are their backgrounds, interests, and learning styles? Understanding your learners' needs and preferences will help you create instructional materials that are relevant and engaging. There are many different instructional approaches you can use, such as lectures, discussions, case studies, simulations, and multimedia presentations. Choose the approach that is best suited to your learning objectives and your learners' needs. Once you have defined your learning objectives, identified your target audience, and chosen your instructional approach, you can start creating your content. This may involve writing text, creating graphics, recording videos, or designing interactive activities. Organizing your content is important to ensure that your learners can easily navigate and understand the information. Use headings, subheadings, bullet points, and other formatting tools to make your content easy to read and digest. Before releasing your instructional materials, test them with a small group of learners to identify any issues or areas for improvement. Revise your materials based on their feedback and continue to refine them over time. Finally, it's important to provide support for your learners as they engage with your instructional materials. This may include providing additional resources, answering questions, and offering feedback and encouragement. Curriculum design is the process of creating a plan for what will be taught and learned in a specific educational program or course. It involves making decisions about what topics, concepts, and skills will be covered, how they will